Good morning, children. Welcome to the class of social science. It's a very chilly morning today. Let's continue with our social science lesson number 4, the Supreme Court. This is the first video. All of you are requested to take your textbooks along with you whenever you attend the social science class. The Supreme Court. This is the picture of our Supreme Court. Here are the different, cuttings even from the newspaper or different cases, highlights of Supreme Court's judgments, spectrum allocation case, Supreme Court 2G spectrum allocation case, Supreme Court quashes medical entrance test. So these are the different judgments given by the Supreme Court. Then Supreme Court nods for inviting global tenders to revive KGF mines, sets aside the order of Karnataka High Court. So judgments of the Supreme Court, these are the different clippings given by the given in the newspapers throughout the country. Now what is a Supreme Court? We have learnt in our earlier standards or chapters. Supreme Court is the highest judgment authority in our country. There are district courts, beyond that there are state courts or high courts, and beyond that, above all, at the highest tip of the hierarchy is the Supreme Court. The judgment given by the Supreme Court is full and final. Isn't it? We have learned that. Let's proceed with the chapter further. Law is required for the safety and welfare of people. When any citizen or institution breaks any law, a specific process is followed to address the issue. There is a hierarchy of courts to impart justice in our country. What is the meaning of hierarchy? We can say different ladders, stairs, CDM. Okay, it starts with the Taluka court as the lowest court, succeeded by the district court, the high court, and the Supreme Court. The judiciary is one of the most important organs of the government, right? We have seen different organs of the government or the administration, executive, legislature, and the judiciary. So, judiciary is the one of the most important organs of the government. Judiciary is kept independent from the legislature and executive. Whether the legislature frames the laws or the executive implements or executes the laws, it has nothing to do with the judiciary. Judiciary is kept completely independent. No legislature, administration, or no execution can, affect the judgments of the judiciary. What does independent judiciary mean? Is there any relation between the courts in your village, city, and the Supreme Court located in Delhi? You'll get the answer of these questions in this chapter. You can see the picture of our Supreme Court, which is in Delhi. Let's proceed further. What is the role of the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court is the highest among all the courts in the nation. It came into existence on 28th January 1950. You remember what happened in January 1950? 26th January 1950, our country started its own administration, and we celebrate that day as our Republic Day. It holds the right of conferring the fundamental rights granted to us by the Constitution. Our own Constitution came into existence, and the rules of the Supreme Court or the judiciary were also decided in the Constitution. Citizens have the right to file an appeal directly in the Supreme Court if any of his or her fundamental rights have been violated. So, if anybody, any citizen of India whose fundamental rights have been violated, have been disturbed, have been stopped by someone, that person, that individual or that citizen can directly appeal to the courts. Any citizen or institution can file a petition in the Supreme Court to avail justice in the view of public interest. So, if that whatever the case is, it is related to the interest of the public. This is known as PIL or public interest litigation. I'll give you an example of that. Suppose the roads of your area are not proper. If you have complained to the municipality and they are not taking any action, पूरे रोड खराब हो गए हैं, बारिश के बाद बनाया ही नहीं है, you can definitely complain. You can file a PIL, public interest litigation. The Supreme Court interprets the Constitution and advises the President and the Parliament in the same regards. So, it is the job, it is the duty of the Supreme Court to interpret the Constitution and advise the President as well as the Parliament. It also enjoys the power to review the judgment passed by any of the lower courts. So, it enjoys the power to review the judgment. Whatever judgment is given by the courts which are lower in hierarchy, जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के नीचे हैं, okay, उन्होंने जो भी जजमेंट दिया है, that can be overruled by the Supreme Court. It can review those judgments, and if the Supreme Court feels that those judgments are not proper, then the Supreme Court can give its own judgment. The Supreme Court solves disputes between citizens and the government, between states and between the center and the states. So you understood whether the disputes are between disputes, it means ladai jhagda or difference of opinion. It is between the citizen and the government. अगर जैसे I gave you the example of municipality and the people. They are citizens and the government. और between states, दो states के बीच में अगर कुछ fight होती है, या between the center and the state, between the central government and the state, अगर उन दोनों के बीच में भी कुछ dispute है, then Supreme Court can give judgment regarding that. To understand this, let us study the Save Narmada movement of Gujarat. Protest against increasing the height of the Narmada Dam above 110 meters near Navagam. Environmentalist organizations and NGOs from Madhya Pradesh and other regions were fighting for the rights of the tribals who would lose their land and habitat forever due to this project. The Supreme Court passed a judgment on 8 March 2006 to resolve this conflict between the two states. So, why was this height of Narmada, why did they want to raise the height? Because if the walls or if the height is more water can be stored in those dams, right? But the environmentalists and the NGOs from Madhya Pradesh, they fought for the tribals who would lose their land. What will happen if the gates of the dam are open when the water is, to the danger level? All that water will be crossing the lands of the tribals and it would ruin their land. So, they would lose their land and habitat forever due to this project. उनका land भी चला जाता और उनके रहने की जगह भी चले जाती if this was to take place. So, the Supreme Court passed a judgment to resolve the conflict between the two states. It stated that in accordance with the rising population, it was necessary to carry out this project. So, Supreme Court gave the judgment that because the population is rising on and on every year, it was necessary to carry out this project क्योंकि जितना पानी ज़्यादा होगा, लोग ज़्यादा होंगे, population ज़्यादा होगी, उनको पानी भी ज़्यादा चाहिए, correct? तो अगर इसके walls वो लोग ने नहीं बढ़ाए, तो it won't be able to, supply water to each and every place. There was a possibility of positive development in the environment and benefits to all the living beings due to the Sardar Sarovar Yojana. So this was the increasing height was, this project was named as Sardar Sarovar Yojana. So that was going to benefit a lot of people, all the living beings. Okay. The arid regions of Rajasthan, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh would get water and the expansion of desert could be kept under control. कितने फायदे हो रहे थे उससे? Arid regions, that means the desert region would of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. They would also get water, and the desert which was going on expanding due to lack of water, shortage of water, that also could be checked or could be kept under control. ये सब किससे possible था? वो नर्मदा डैम का हाइट बढ़ाने से. Proper rehabilitation of the tribals affected by this project should be given the top priority, and hence their fundamental rights could be protected. So this was the judgment of Supreme Court कि ट्राइबल्स को भी अफेक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, उनका रिहेबिलिटेशन होना चाहिए। अगर उनकी ज़मीन, उनका घर, रहने की जगह अगर ले लेते हैं ये डैम बनाने के लिए, तो उनको वापस से दूसरी जगह पे शिफ्ट करके उनका रहने का बंदोबस्त करना चाहिए। एंड दे शुड नॉट बी अफेक्टेड बाय दिस प्रोजेक्ट। उनके रहने के लिए जगह देना इज टॉप प्रायोरिटी और उनका ये फंडामेंटल राइट है। Understood? This is how the Supreme Court gave the judgment against, which, for the dispute which was against the tribals and the government. We can see this view of the Narmada Dam. It is as good as Niagara Falls of US. Okay, it is one of the largest rivers of India, which contains water throughout the year. It's a perennial river, and we can see the flow of water when the gates of the dam are opened. Why do you think the judiciary must be kept independent? उनको क्यों किसी से भी affect नहीं होता है, whether it is legislature or executive, जबकि तीनों government bodies हैं, तीनों government organs हैं, फिर भी judiciary को क्यों independent रखा गया है? Imagine yourself into a situation where a powerful person captures the land belonging to your family and you go to the court to get your property back. But the system is such that a powerful or influential person can remove or transfer a judge from his or her post. In such a situation, the judge would favor the powerful person only. अगर तुम्हारा जो लैंड है फैमिली का या जो तुम्हारा घर है सपोज, वो कोई भी मिनिस्टर आके छीन रहा है तुमसे, ओके, और अगर जुडिशरी इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं होता तो क्या होता? वो चीफ मिनिस्टर को ही, या जो भी मिनिस्टर तुम्हारा ले रहा था हम लैंड, उसको ही फेवर करता, isn't it? And what would happen in that case? You would lose your land, your inherited or your family land would be lost. And क्या होगा? जज तो नेचुरली उनको फेवर करेंगे, सो यू विल बी एट लॉस. दिस वुड बी द सिचुएशन अगर जुडिशरी को उनके एग्जीक्यूटिव या लेजिस्लेचर के साथ जोड़ा गया तो. So if the judiciary is deprived of freedom, if powerful or influential people can control the judiciary, there would be no impartial judgment. कोई भी जजमेंट impartial नहीं होगा, सब जजेस partiality करेंगे. That is the reason why our constitution does not allow such kind of interference. That is why judiciary has been kept independent from legislature and executive. Thus, once the judges are appointed in the High Court and the Supreme Court, it becomes very difficult to expel them from their respective position. तो हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जो जजेस होते हैं उनको कोई भी उनकी जगह से नहीं हटा सकता. दे कैन ओनली रिटायर. जब वो उनकी एज हो जाएगी वो रिटायर हो जाएंगे. उनकी ट्रांसफर नहीं हो सकता फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर, या उनको अपनी सीट से हटाया नहीं जा सकता. बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. If an individual feels that his or her fundamental right is violated, he or she can go to the court. So judiciary is open for judicial courts are open for each and every individual of India. If you are a citizen of India, you are it's your fundamental right to seek justice. Justice मिलना तुम्हारा fundamental right है. Understood? Come on, think about this question. Can an ordinary citizen win a case over a powerful or influential person in this judicial system? Justify your response. सोच समझ के आंसर दो. Thank you, children. Stay home. Stay safe.